What's happening ahead here?
It's like running over everything in the middle of the road. So this is where they filmed a lot of the castle scenes in Lord of the Rings. We've got massive fault lines that are basically side by side. There's a lot of pressure, and then when it suddenly releases, that's what causes a mega quake.
Landslips everywhere.
They've already lost half the road.
So this is New Zealand. This is
the adventure. Wait till you see the steps to get to the lighthouse. Look at the serenity.
This is more enter at your own risk kind of style. Just do it. Just do it, boss. So I'm with my mate Chris in the North Island of New Zealand. Chris and I have worked together for, I feel like about 100 years in radio. And yeah, he's able to spend the week taking me around, showing me what's good and what's not.
So,
yeah,
we're heading to the Wairarapa. There's a cool lighthouse. There's a thing called the Pinnacles as well that we'll stop at.
Sweet. So as we're stuck in traffic, we're on the way to, is it Upper Hutt, Lower Hutt?
Yeah, we'll go through Upper Hutt first, will be the first place.
Yeah, so, and what's happening ahead here? There's some sort of
giant something coming.
It's not a house.
No, it's not a house.
So there's a lot of houses.
Cars sort of going out the way to get out of the way of this thing.
So it must be quite the size. I've noticed a lot of houses on trucks. You don't get that often at home.
Oh my God, look at it. It's like knocking over all the... It's like running over everything in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that is a big, that's a big truck.
It's a big container and it's quite wide. So there's a bridge up here that's quite narrow.
Yeah.
This one here. So I would have struggled to get through this. But look at all the traffic issues now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to love being behind that thing. So yeah, the last house you were in got moved for a motorway.
Yeah.
Didn't get demolished.
No. So they just, basically it's on files. So they just basically get a full thing, pick it up, and then sometimes they cut them into two. So they cut it down the middle and move it in two parts, and then just move it.
That's weird. That's so strange.
These people are going to be there forever. Sorry,
guys. And these guys have no idea what they're stopped for either. No. That's the other fun thing. Yeah. Until you get to the highway. Oh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Oh, it just keeps going.
That's what I said. It'll probably snake all the way up.
Wow. I'm glad we're going this way. And there's no other real roads. Like, you can't do any rabbit runs around here, can you?
No.
Or rat runs, or whatever you call them.
No, this is the one way that you can go.
If you lived up in one of these houses here and you look down out your window at this traffic, you're like, I'm not going out today. I'll stay home. Now it's, and these guys here, they got no idea what they're in for when they come flying around that corner.
This is the main big substation that powers the rest of the North Island, or sends it up the line. So those big power lines that we saw up Desert Road, this is where it all sort of comes from.
And this area is, what's this area?
This is Haywoods.
Haywoods.
So it's Haywoods Hill. So, and then up here.
Kind of the burbs. Northern burbs of Wellington. Yeah, well, this is Hutt Valley, but Yeah. I just can't get over how high up the houses are on the hills.
So just up here, in this little quarry, you can't quite see it, but if you have a look back this way, this little quarry thing here. So this is where they filmed a lot of the castle scenes in Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah. So this thing in here, up against the hillside, you probably can't see it. You used to be able to see it a lot more because you used to drive right past it. But they created a castle in the rock, and they filmed a lot of the scenes, the outside scenes, in front of it. So
this is the Hutt River.
Yeah, the Hutt River. And then right in front of us is the Tararua. So this is all the main fault line straight ahead of us. So all these hills in here is all the main, fault line through New Zealand.
Tell me what you were telling me yesterday about the fault line, because So it goes right through Wellington.
Yeah. So basically, as you drive into Wellington, there's a motorway, and the motorway actually straddles the two plates.
And what's the plate called?
That's the Australia plate and the Pacific plate.
And the Australia plate slips underneath the Pacific plate.
So we've got the Australia plate on one side, and then you've got the Pacific plate on the other side, because obviously that way is America and Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
So, and you've got the Australia plate diving underneath the Pacific plate. Once it gets stuck, or, they're always slipping underneath, and everything's normally fine.
Creating little quakes very low under the water.
As it slides under.
Like hundreds of kilometers under.
The issue is when you get, and this is what you get off the east coast, move further up, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, off the coast, is you've got massive fault lines that are basically side by side, and they're moving side by side, not down, or they're moving side to side. And then what the problem with that is that when they get stuck, there's a lot of pressure, and then when it suddenly releases, that's what causes a mega quake.
It's just in the back of people's minds, right?
The other thing you've got to realise is that New Zealand is one of the youngest countries. And I say youngest because it came out of the sea.
Yeah.
So a lot of what New Zealand is, it's all new.
So it's still moving around, and
it's not like the big continents that, have got a lot of bedrock and, been around for hundreds of millions of years out of the sea. This has only been out of the sea for a couple of million years. Here's another one. Wellington Airport came out of the sea in the 1800s.
On Earth terms, that is young.
That land didn't exist.
Yeah.
A lot of what Wellington is now, the foreshore, is all out of the sea. You can't even fathom what that looked like before. So there's a before and after of the Kaikoura earthquake, where you've got huge amounts of, suddenly there's all this rocks that have just popped up out of the sea. Huge amounts of rock can pop out of the sea.
It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
Yeah, and we haven't seen
what is going on underneath the ground.
And you can't. It's an invisible force.
We have little earthquakes at home.
Yeah.
But they're nothing. No. Like there might be a tiny little shake. There was one day that I was driving just to an appointment in Melbourne. I had it on the local talk station on 3AW, and they were like, "What was that?" And I'm driving along, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then all of a sudden, I get this text from Belle going, "Did you feel that?" And then, and so we get things very, very, very rarely where you do feel them.
Yeah.
And people go, "Oh, that was a bit weird." And my dad and Belle were in the kitchen of our house, and they definitely felt it.
Yeah.
But I felt nothing because I was driving. I had no idea what was going on. So I was moving at the time, but so minor. It's kind of like just a novelty thing.
Yeah.
And then all the memes come out with the little patio chair on the ground out the back. We will rebuild, ha ha. But we had a few, like over the course of, had nothing for ages. And then we had a few small, very small ones over the course of I don't know, a year. So something was happening. But yeah, I've never felt one myself, ever.
Well,
the effects of it.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. I don't want to feel one on this trip.
I don't want to feel one either. Featherston, right?
Yeah, Featherston.
So this is on the eastern side.
Yeah, so we're on the other side of the island now.
This reminds me of any Victorian country town.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like any Australian.
Yeah. This is very similar to out near the Yarra Ranges. This is kind of the same feel.
Reminds me of Western Australian towns as well that we used to.
Yeah. If I didn't know any better, I'd just be in Victoria right now.
Yeah. If you look behind us, you can sort of see the stark contrast between the fault line, the big, the hills that separate the two flat bits on either side. So you got the flat bit.
Yeah, they're in the
Wairarapa, and then you got the flat bit on our side on the west coast, and then in the middle you got these giant hills.
So we're looking at the
So basically,
bottom of the North Island.
Yep.
It's coast
So-
on the eastern side.
so straight out there is Antarctica.
Looks like the weather could be a little Antarctic today. What's the weather say in the car?
It's 10 degrees.
10.
Warm.
Ah, yeah, that's fine. 10 degrees, that's nothing. Yeah, I don't mind cold weather. I prefer cold weather. When you go to places like, you know, Queensland and stuff here, you miss the colder weather.
Yeah.
Yep, so south, facing south.
Yep.
It looks like to be a little town that way. It's funny how you just turn back one way and then you're back on the hills,
Yeah.
and then you've just got the water just behind you. Landslips everywhere. So you reckon this will get eaten away?
Oh yeah, look at it.
It's already happening.
Look at that. They've already lost half the road. And that's probably on the last couple of storms that we've had, you know.
Constant maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah. In saying that, it is only a small stretch, so they could fill it back out, put concrete in, but it's a lot of money. Oh, that's the other place that we're going to go on the way back.
Oh, cool.
Pinnacles.
So yeah, this end just gets smashed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With the weather. Active slip.
So in other words, drive as quick as you can.
Now we're on the dirt. Don't want to be meandering around a slip.
Look, and even that's all being eaten away.
Yeah.
It's all limestone, like it's all quite brittle. So it didn't take a lot for it to completely lose it.
It's very bumpy. The stabilizer's probably stabilizing a lot of the footage, but it's actually gotten quite bumpy on this road.
So there you go. Now there's a town.
And look at these houses right here on the water.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep, they're right on the.
they're right on there.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good on them. Not my bag, but, you know.
A lot of good fishing. I mean, amazing fishing out here. So you'll see all the trawlers, all the boats parked up soon.
I do feel like I'm on the edge of the earth here a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is New Zealand. This is what you do in New Zealand. This is
the adventure.
this is what differentiates experience-wise. Can't think of anywhere that you could go to get a similar outlook. Oh, there's a rainbow. So it has been raining.
It's raining. It's coming in. That's why I thought we'd do this bit now and get the fuck out of here.
In and out, guys. Film the shit and get out. Oh, yeah, so we're in town now, Cape Palliser.
Yep.
Sleepy little town.
Yep. So that's the town, and then we'll head up Palliser Road. Go up around the corner is the lighthouse. And it is raining.
Where's your sense of adventure, Chris?
Yeah. Good surf.
I don't see much actual beach, though.
No, there isn't.
Wow, it's nice, though.
Cape Palliser Lighthouse.
27.
There you go. So it's still quite a drive.
Just when you thought you were in Cape Palliser and you were going to the lighthouse, you go through Cape Palliser only to find out that the lighthouse is another 30 minutes from Cape Palliser.
Yeah.
Even though it's called Cape Palliser Lighthouse.
Around the coast even more. Oh, jeez.
They're taking the puss.
Oh, jeez.
That's a bad joke. I'm going to get a dad joke counter up on this thing.
Bing.
That'll be, yeah. I keep threatening to put a dad joke counter up. So you get penguins out here.
Yep. Penguins.
It's very Phillip Island of this place to do that. Yeah, now it's getting wet.
Yeah, look at this one. Look how close to the road it is now.
Yeah. Wow.
This might be the last time you ever see this place.
Yeah.
Probably would be, actually.
Have to move the road back a bit further.
Yeah, but they won't do it just for this. This bit will just cease to, you'll be able to get to it via four-wheel drive.
So the people who live here,
They'll have to get relocated at some point. Because I'm sure they wouldn't just...
well, there's all those houses back there, and they looked quite nice, some of them.
Yeah.
Just at the bottom of the hill, and I'm like...
unless they want to... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
When you talk about living in isolation, those houses back there, now that's pretty isolated. I mean, you're not far away from, you can drive, it's fine, but that house there, just in the middle of nowhere, I mean, you wouldn't be doing much. But access to a road, I feel like, is important. So if you don't have the road anymore to get out when you need to, well, that'd be a bit shit, in my opinion, I feel.
Yeah.
So we're coming into, what is it?
So right.
The Gawi? The Gawi?
I don't even know.
Again, apologies for the mispronunciation.
This is all about fishing here.
Yeah.
So...
Big fishing area. There was a sign back there that said rock lobster.
Yeah, so all your big crays and all that sort of stuff. So this town is... They're all fishermen. Just bulldozers and...
Yeah. Wow. This is, it's pretty bleak. What's that guy doing?
Waiting for the product to come in.
I love how that sign back there's on that food truck.
Yeah.
Said urgent, please read, and then it was like, our opening hours are.
Yeah.
Look at that up there, wow. I mean, it just gets more and more picturesque as you go around. Now I've got the B-52's rock lobster in my head.
Rock lobster.
That would have been quite the spectacle had the B-52s been there performing while they're fishing for rock lobster. That would have been quite fun. That would have been a great video, but sorry guys, not gonna happen.
This is as wild as it gets.
Yeah. Maybe Australia, it would be like the desert. You like but like for different reasons.
But for the coast,
for a coastal, yeah.
And there's a storm coming in as well, so yeah.
We won't hang around.
No, it's looking very dark.
Nowhere, just
imagine how much it costs to get a house built here. You know?
Well, just getting the supplies here would be a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people who enjoy difficulty live here.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You got to really love the place to get over the difficulty of it.
Yep, sure
There's some,
do.
you know, and like those houses are pretty close together too. It's like with all this space, and then you've just got a cluster of houses like right next to each other. I find that funny.
Survival, I guess.
Well, yeah, just in case, right?
Like, I mean, or you just retire here.
Yeah, you want to be close to others just in case you need to be.
We're on a gravel road now.
Road not suitable for long vehicles.
I think I got out here.
Look at that. Now this reminds me of the road that I had to go on to get to New Plymouth once from Hamilton, because there was a landslip on the main highway.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It was back in 2016, and this was a similar kind of vibe. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Chris Trying to Kill Me.
Oh, driving.
Why do I agree to these things?
Hey, this is adventurous.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm not an adventurous person. I don't even know why I'm here.
Yeah.
This is not me.
This is this whole day.
I like to go to breweries and, you know.
I think we were just going casually to it. Oh, here you go. Here's some seals.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of Flight of the Conchords, where, you know, they're in the office and they've got all the posters up of New Zealand, and it's like, New Zealand, don't die. You know, things like that. That's what I like about New Zealand, though. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously. As a whole, the country. It's just another random couple of houses.
Yep. Yep, people still live out here. Yep. As wild as it gets. So when I said that they'll just give up on it, I don't think they would. There's so many people out here.
Well, there is. I don't think you could. I actually don't think you could.
God.
How do they get the bins emptied? See, I'm thinking of practical things.
They burn everything.
I can't see a bin truck getting up out here every week.
No.
Oh, probably wouldn't.
They wouldn't have a...
There'll be holiday homes, a lot of them too, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lighthouse.
Are we under it now?
Pretty much.
Okay. Wait till you see the steps to get to the lighthouse.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Chris Trying to Kill Me.
Look at the serenity.
There's no serenity about this, though.
You know, I was talking about...
This is more... Oh, yeah, they're the steps. This is more enter at your own risk kind of style.
There you go. Take rubbish with you.
Is this the stop? This is where we... Oh, this is it?
Yep. Just turn around and we'll go.
Yeah.
Climb the...
And once again, I'm wearing Vans skate shoes, so this should be fun.
Check that out. That's pretty cool.
I do not come prepared.
All right.
All right, well, let's get out on foot, hey? I'm going to record.
Check the steps out.
This is, let's get out and have a look at this properly.
Let's do it.
Well, I've got to watch where I walk here. So what the hell did I get roped into today? I got roped into this staircase. You didn't tell me that this was going to be what we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is probably the most adventurous I've been for a very long time out here. I've got to watch where I step around here. There's no path to the path.
Nah, she's rugged.
Holy dooly. I don't know.
Do you reckon you can do it?
I feel like I'm going to get blown away up there. All right, well, this will be my step count today, so that's good. Here we go. All right, you good? Yeah. I don't think the camera really shows the steepness of this.
Nah, you just take it easy.
The wind's already sprung up quite a bit.
Yeah, well, we're quite far up now.
Yeah. All right. I feel like coming down is probably going to be scarier.
That's why there's 2 grails.
I can only hold one though because I've got the frickin' camera. Is this like a rest stop?
Yep.
Rest area? So we're like halfway up.
More than halfway. Oh, God. Heart's beating out of my chest.
Okay, so yeah, definitely something different today. Now, are we going?
Yep.
Not good with heights either, so this is another problem. Hopefully I won't drop the camera. Legs are getting a good workout up here. Shit. Oh. It's getting cooler.
Oh, far out.
Do I really want to go all the way to the top?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We have to go all the way. We're almost there.
I know, but it's like, just do it. Just do it, Boz. Just get it done. It's a learning experience. You need these experiences in life.
Exactly.
You can't back out now. As much as you say you don't, you do. And it's very, very windy up here. Holy cow. It is way too windy up here.
That's so cool.
Oh, man. Oh, that's better. The wind's come down a bit.
Oh, you're doing all right?
Yeah.
Heart rate's all right?
I think I want to go back down.
Is it too much?
Yeah. It's too much.
Okay.
It's too much.
Okay. Let me take a photo of you from there, though.
All right.
Come and stand here. Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right, let's catch our breath though. God.
Turn around. All right.
What's
That's a long way to go down.
What don't you like about this?
Everything. I'm going.
Okay. Imagine doing this every day.
No, thank you.
Do you want me to go first?
Nah, you're right. I don't know if you can hear anything, but it is so windy up here, and I am not a good person with heights. And, you know, I'm glad I did it though.
That's
But
good.
that was out of my comfort zone for sure. And I feel like I'm going to drop everything, lose everything, but anyway, let's move the camera up like that.
Last time we came up here,
Yeah.
they didn't have this rail here.
Oh man, you're kidding me. This side one here.
Yeah, they only had one.
Oh, they only had the one. Nah, I don't like that idea. Look, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like,
And look, if you have a look,
it is pretty cool.
we're actually almost down.
Yeah. Well, it's windy at the bottom. And the car feels like a long way away. Oh, that's better. Out of the windbreak now.
Was it the height that did it as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was more the wind.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so windy, I reckon I would have been okay. I felt like I was going to get blown away, or the camera was going to just blow out of my hands or something. Oh, that one's, that step was a bit wonky. Facing back up. Yeah, that's, yeah.
She's a climb.
Yeah.
That's where the lighthouse keeper used to live down here.
Unfortunately, in my pursuit for a job, I'm going to have to tick off.
Yeah, and look.
Cross off lighthouse keeper.
Wait, and this was the old track.
Hang on.
Those were the steps.
Where's the old track? Here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. You can't be doing that. There's no way. There's no way.
It would have been an old bloke as well.
Oh, yeah, he would have loved it.
Actually, to be fair, back in the day, you would have just taken your time, right?
Well, if you were going to go up like sideways, it might have been okay.
Yeah, like climb up.
But where do you go up sideways?
Nah.
Nah,
It's a weird spot.
Yeah.
So 1897.
Yeah. Well, I take my hat off to that lighthouse
Used
keeper.
a track to access the lighthouse. 1912. So
In 2020, we installed the second handrail.
So there you go. So that was the old one. The old steps, 1912.
Wow. All right, well, it was nice to know
There
you,
you go.
Lighthouse.
Ready for lunch and a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus,
Okay,
my legs.
well-
Are your legs hurting?
Yeah. Not only was it a good leg workout, it was also a good reminder of,
Why we live on flat land.
yeah, why we stay on the ground.
There you go.
Because even gravity was not my friend up there.
What's that number? 259 steps.
Nah, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing, guys.
18 metres tall and 78 metres above sea level.
Nothing.
The light flashes twice every 20 seconds. So 1986 was the last time this had a light.
Maritime NZ staff in Wellington now operate the lighthouse. Well, that's smart.
But you still got to climb the steps
That's
to change
smart.
the bulb.
Do you reckon they're like, bags not, bulbs out, bags not?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was definitely interesting.
What did your heart rate get up to?
You know, if it wasn't for the wind, it would have been okay up there, but like, I felt like I was getting blown around.
168.
168?
Yeah. Whereas we talk about heart rates.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah. Check out my Instagram. Check out my handles.
So it doesn't have to.
That's what the Boz Eye means.
Oh.
I am your eye into weird stuff like that. Every video from now on will be boring. In comparison. All right, well, I might have a rest now. Okay, so we're trying to figure out, there's some guys up the top there. I can't see it on the camera, but they're up the top of that that pointy.
No, it's not. It's a light. Look, it's a light.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It looks like people. Looks like two people. Maybe it's a light. Actually, you know what? It's a light.
It is a light, isn't it?
So what is it though for?
It'll just be a beacon.
These are all shot up rocks from the previous earthquakes over the years. I'm surprised one of the songs that you haven't sung on this trip.
No, it is a people.
That's a pretty big person.
Is it?
I can't tell. You're going to have to zoom in on your phone, actually. What are you seeing there?
It's a fucking person.
It's two people. Okay, well, big shout out to the two people on that rock. Good on you. What would they be doing?
No idea. Have a look.
Maybe if I... Definitely people up there. Here we go, more seals. Having a good time. Good on them. So what kind of job would they be doing up on that rock?
No idea. Look at the formations of those rocks. They're like almost square.
Man, look at that. It's like I'm driving over that thing, over that rock. Pothole.
Yeah. For Melbourne, everyone.
Yeah. Welcome back to Victoria. Ooh, sick burn.
I might be able to have a look back that way. Mike's going up to the top there and we can take a photo from the other angle.
Yeah, what, the top of that hill?
No,
that jagged rock? Just here.
Yeah.
I was going to say, no more hills that are too... Nah, look, I wasn't that scared. I wasn't that scared, guys. I wasn't.
Can we go down now? I don't want to go right to the top.
It was the wind.
I don't want to go to the top.
It's the wind. It's the wind. I don't like getting blown around by the wind. Can't see him on this side, can we?
Look, check that out though. Look at it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And there's your black beaches again. Are they gravel there?
Yeah, sand.
Black sand?
Yeah.
Sunny that way. No sun that way.
Look at that all just...
What are they even doing here, these houses, on this side? What are they even doing here?
Yeah, that house is gone.
110 grand. If you're into adventure and you like a house by the sea and you don't mind a bit of erosion in coming years, there you go, 110 grand.
That's a lot of money for a house.
Snap that up.
Yeah. Why would you do that? Unless you just wanted to piss $110,000 away.
If you want to completely withdraw from society, this could be your place. If you wake up one morning and say, I am over people and I do not want to be around them, come here.
Come here, yeah.
Let's Living on the edge. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Aerosmith?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
The edge of glory.
I'm on the edge. Closer to the edge. What else have I got? I think there's the only edge
One
songs.
step closer to the edge. I'm about to...
Yep. That's a good one. Can't think of any more.
Yeah.
That's bad radio right there.
Oh. They came out of nowhere.
All right, tell me about this Pinnacles track. What do I need to know about this place?
That's just like amazing limestone.
And a public toilet.
But yeah, basically it's a walk that you can do.
And there's penguins around here, by the looks of things as well, out back of the water. You can go and see penguins by the looks of things. Geez, that's just off a cliff there too. Don't want to drive too close to that edge.
No.
Man, we're going to really worry about these sheer drops here.
There you go.
So, Chris just says to me, we're about half an hour drive from the lighthouse now. We're long gone. Sun's out. Weather's changed. Pretty much getting closer back to civilization again. And then Chris says, I've lost my wallet.
Yeah. 45-minute walk.
And you know what? If we had to go back and get his wallet, I reckon I probably would have killed him.
It's a 45-minute walk. So there's a loop track. So you can do...
Ah, yep. Strong footwear. Vans, skate shoes not allowed.
Okay.
Oh, too bad. They didn't actually say that, but...
So basically what the Pinnacles are pretty much the whole way, that it's like on each side and it's just a big limestone, you know? So you go way up into those hills.
Yeah. And then down here you got this random little stream. Do not fall down. New Zealand, do not fall down. Yeah. All right, well, yeah. I've had enough excitement for one day anyway. So that's the Pinnacles track if you ever want to do it. Yeah, so over those hills in the distance, back that way is Wellington.
Just a little hill.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't be the kind to go four-wheel driving over those hills, but plenty of people would love that.
Thick bush all through there, like real thick, like you get lost in those.
Can't imagine the reception would be too good with the mobile towers either.
No, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And there's your other hills over that side that we just went sort of round and about.
Yeah.
So you're sort of sandwiched in a very, you know.
I think what you're describing there, Chris, is a valley.
Yes. Yes. That is right.
And the Hutt Valley as well, over the other side there, is another valley.
Yes.
Yep.
Valley within a valley.
Yep.
Yes, so over those hills is then the Hutt Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
The other side of that is Wairarapa.
Yeah.
I want to go home. It's too high.
Wasn't that bad.
It's too high.
Wasn't that bad. You're full of shit. Full of shit, man.
Oh my god, it's too high.
I was cool as a cucumber, I really was. I wouldn't be playing much rugby on that oval at the moment.
Yeah, mate. There you go. Tackle some sheep.
That's the sheep under sevens getting ready to play. Not really.
It's good. It's a good joke.
Yep. Dad joke counter. All right, well, I'm in Ramady this morning. Well, it feels like the morning, but it's probably the afternoon, just because I'm still on Australia time. This is the beach, and yeah, it's looking pretty nice today. The South Island down there, you can see across the water there, and then Kapiti Island. And on The other side, I've been told that it's more cliff facey. You can't really see what's going on the other side because, well, not on the other side. So you can do some walks and stuff over there, but only on this side of the island apparently. But yeah, pretty nice outlook along here. It's really nice. I mean, this area is just very nice and coastal and quiet, and plenty of nice little cafes and bakeries and shops and things, and it's all very pleasant. So we're on the western coast. If you go that way, you just keep going that way, you hit, maybe more that way, you hit Australia. And that's where I'll be going back tomorrow. I am done on the, I don't even think I can get through here. Doesn't look like I can. All right, we'll go the streets. Yeah, so this kind of ends my week in NZ. This is my final day here. Head back home tomorrow. And it was very adventurous. It was more adventurous than I thought it would be, which was good. Got me out of my comfort zone a bit. That lighthouse was funny. I wasn't that scared. Chris was making out like I was petrified, but I wouldn't say petrified. It was just different. I am a bit of a wuss though. If you've never been to New Zealand before, I highly suggest coming because it is a very, very, very awesome place. And it's just got a bit of a different vibe to Oz. Like it's similar, but different. I will talk to you next time. Be back in Oz, so we'll do some Melbourne, we'll do some Phillip Island stuff, we'll do Adelaide. We've got a weekend in Adelaide coming up. Like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, comment. Yeah, and hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you soon.